Welcome to today's audiobook summary. In this session, we're diving into a surprising and eye-opening book, Toxic Superfoods by Sally K. Norton. Now, when you hear the word superfood, you probably think of kale smoothies, spinach salads, or chia seed puddings. These are the foods we've been told will protect us, heal us, and make us healthier. But what if some of these so-called health heroes are secretly working against us? Norton's book challenges the nutritional dogma of the last few decades and reveals the hidden dangers of oxalates, tiny plant compounds that can cause very big problems. So, grab a seat, settle in, and let's unpack the story of how certain superfoods might not be as super as we thought. At the heart of this book is one key concept: oxalates. These are natural compounds found in many plant foods, things like spinach, almonds, sweet potatoes, and even dark chocolate. Plants produce oxalates as a defense mechanism, but when humans eat too much of them, problems arise. Think of oxalates like microscopic shards of glass. Once inside the body, they can bind with minerals like calcium and form crystals. These crystals don't just pass through harmlessly. They can lodge in tissues, joints, and organs. Over time, this buildup may cause pain, fatigue, kidney stones, and even mysterious symptoms that doctors struggle to explain. Norton makes an important point. Oxalates aren't a problem because people are eating occasional spinach or nuts. The problem is modern health culture has put these foods on a pedestal. We're told to pile on the greens, drink green smoothies, and snack on almonds by the handful. In other words, we've accidentally created diets overloaded with oxalates. For example, one green smoothie made with spinach, almonds, and berries can deliver more oxalates than your body can safely handle in a day. When repeated day after day, this health routine becomes more like a slow drip of toxins. One of the most fascinating and frustrating parts of this story is how oxalate overload shows up in the body. Because symptoms are so varied, people often go years without answers. Joint pain, digestive troubles, recurring kidney stones, brain fog, even skin issues. They can all be tied back to oxalates. Imagine having sandpaper inside your joints or tiny needles irritating your nerves. That's how oxalates behave at a microscopic level. It's no wonder people feel tired, sore, and inflamed without ever realizing food could be the culprit. So, what can we eat? At this point, you might be wondering, does this mean all plants are dangerous? Not at all. Norton isn't saying to avoid vegetables. She's teaching us to be selective. Many fruits and vegetables are low in oxalates and perfectly safe. Foods like cabbage, cucumbers, apples, cauliflower, lettuce, and even white rice are much gentler on the body. The trick is to avoid relying too heavily on high oxalate superfoods. Spinach, beets, nuts, and sweet potatoes may sound wholesome, but when eaten daily, they can slowly sabotage health. Another key lesson is don't quit oxalates cold turkey. When people suddenly cut them out, the body begins dumping stored oxalates into the bloodstream all at once. This can trigger detox symptoms like fatigue, rashes, or digestive upset. Instead, Norton recommends a gradual approach, swapping out one high oxalate food at a time for safer alternatives. Think of it as gently turning off the faucet rather than slamming the pipes shut. Perhaps the most powerful takeaway from Toxic Superfoods is how easily we can be misled by nutrition trends. Just because something is labeled a superfood doesn't mean it's safe in unlimited amounts. Health is about balance, variety, and listening to your body's signals, not following the latest fads. Norton's message is ultimately empowering. Once you understand oxalates, you can make small but life-changing shifts in your diet. That nagging pain, brain fog, or fatigue you've been living with may not be inevitable aging. It may be a food problem with a food solution. And that brings us to the end of our journey through Toxic Superfoods by Sally K. Norton. The big lesson here? Sometimes the foods we trust the most can quietly work against us. By learning about oxalates, we gain the power to choose smarter, balance our meals, and support our long-term health. If this summary opened your eyes, consider exploring the full book. It's packed with practical guidance and real-life stories. And remember, health isn't about chasing superfoods. It's about eating wisely, listening to your body, and keeping things in balance. Thanks for tuning in to this audiobook summary. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.